I had a conversation with a client today, and I was really inspired by what came out of that. And I just wanted to share that with you. If you're a leader or you work with teams, this was a manager who was working with a group of people. And the question he asked me was, what makes a great leader? And I thought it was a really interesting question because there's been a lot written on this. But what came up spontaneously in our conversation are three key things about being a 21st century leader. And when I mean a 21st century leader, command and control leadership, which is very much a 20th century artifact, is kind of gone out of vogue. And what's come into vogue is more of a distributed leadership. So it's not top down, it's a flatter leadership structure. So we talked about three elements of great leadership today. First is what I would call distributed leadership. It's built on trust, it's built on an iterative model where we experiment with things and we try them, an agile approach, if you will. And it's built on psychological safety, which is people need to feel safe in order to take the risks they need to move forward. So distributed leadership. Second thing is the ability to break what's not broken. Now, what's interesting about this is a conversation I was having with a leader of a national practice in an accounting firm. So on a scale of 1 to 10, accountants are not exactly big risk takers, but he really clung to this idea and he gets it. If he doesn't disrupt his own practice, then market forces will disrupt the practice for him. So part of great leadership today is looking ahead and disrupting ourselves rather than allowing market forces to disrupt us. And then the last element of leadership we talked about was the ability to do what I call explore and exploit. Explore is how do you innovate? How do you look ahead? How do you see around corners? How do you see what's next? And exploit is how do you make the most of what's in front of you today? It's really changing the tires while the car is moving. Because in most businesses, you don't have the luxury of stopping to innovate and then go back into business. So you need to be reliable, do day-to-day business, and then you need to innovate. And that's why it's exploit what's here today, explore what's there tomorrow. So distributed leadership, the ability to break what's not broken and change the tires while the car is going, to me, are three keys of 21st century leadership. I'd be curious about your comments. If you have any to share, put them down below.